Hello everyone, we will solve this today's LeetCode problem. This is LeetCode easy one. So let's see what the question is. So the question is longest palindrome. So here we have given a string s which consists of lowercase or uppercase letters. Return the length of the longest palindrome that can be built with those letters. Okay. So what does palindrome means? Palindrome means that uh, palindrome means the starting characters and the last character means the letters after reading from from left to right and from right to left from right to left the word will be the same the word will be the same, right? So from left to right and from right to left the word which will be formed will be the same. Formed is the same, right? The same word will be formed, right? The same word will be formed. That's the palindrome, right? Like this AABAA, this is a palindrome, but this ABCA is not a palindrome, right? This B is all one single word is also a single letter word is also a palindrome. This BBB is also palindrome, right? So this is the palindrome, right? So here you see we have given some letters in strings. Either it can be lowercase or uppercase both, and we need to find the longest palindrome that can be built with these letters, right? So what are the conditions? What are the so if you see here in this ABCCD, right? This how many what the longest length of the palindrome which we can form with these letters, right? So A is present one times, B is present one times, C is present four times, and D is present two times, right? So if you see for palindrome, we need so what are the conditions for the palindrome? What are the conditions for the palindrome? So the conditions are: first condition is that the element must be in even. The element occurrence must be in even. Occurrence must should be even, right? Should be even. Should be even. But but one element can be one element can be present at one time, right? If you see example like this A is A B is this a palindrome? No, it's not a palindrome because this B is not equals to this A, right? Right, this is not a palindrome. This is not a palindrome, right? But if you see this A B is a palindrome. So how many times this A appears? Two times. B appearance two times, because here we have not given any arranging order, so we can put letters anywhere in the word, right? So if the element occurrence should be is even, then it must be a palindrome, right? But what if the elements are presented twice? So suppose this string is given A B C D E H, A B C D, then again A B C D and F, then again A B C D, then F, right? So if you see how many times A is present, three times, B three times, C again three times, and D again three times, and F is one times, right? So how many longest length we can choose? So if we see for a palindrome, for a palindrome at at most I can take I can take one character which occur at once, right? Right, like this A A B A A, right? So A is present even times, but B is present only one time. So but we can't take like this A A B C A A, right? Because this BC, due to this BC uh, uh, th- due to this BC it is not a palindrome, right? It is not a palindrome. So this AABA, so at most we can take one character which occurs at once. Otherwise, all the different characters should be present in even times, right? right? This that is the condition of palindrome. So for that, if you see in this example, a occurrence three times, b occurrence three times, c occurrence three times, d occurrence three times, f occurred one time. Okay, so for forming the palindrome, what we can take? So if you see, we can take even number of times of this, right? So we will take only two characters of a. For b, we will take only two characters, because this is not even, right? This is not even, so we will left out one character and we will take only two characters, right? So for c again, we will take only two characters, we will left one c. For d again, we will left one d and we will take two. For f, it is already one, so it is already one. So for now, I will don't take any zero, I will take zero, right? But we have we this the how many characters we can take? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 characters to I choose for this length of this palindrome, length of the longest palindrome, right? But if you see, we can also take one character which occurs at once, like this, AABA, right? So we just need to know that whether we have a character left out in with me or not. So either I can take a, either I can take b, either I can take c, either I can take d, or either can take f, right? Because all have left one characters, right? So I can take any of the characters, lekin only one time. So, any one character one time, so that will be 8 plus 1, which is 9, right? So what I have done, I am just taking every characters even numbers, right? If it is present odd, then I will left out one and only take the even number of occurrence, right? And at last, if anyhow I will left out with any characters, I will take one character from that, and that will form a longest palindrome. Suppose this all occurs even number of times, this all occurs even number of times. So after taking all, we don't have any left characters, so I will don't add one after that, right? So ultimately what we are doing here, that's the simple one, because it's just to know how to form a palindrome, right? It's just that's why is an easy problem. So the first thing, what will the final approach? The first thing is कि for forming palindrome, for forming palindrome for forming palindrome, we can take we can take at most at most one single character. Otherwise, we need to take, and all other characters all other characters should be present even number of times. Present even number of times, right? Even number of times, right? Right. That's the first condition. Second, so what we will take? We will take all the characters even number of times occurrence, right? Even number of times occurrence. So what if it occurs odd number of times? But if it occurs all number of times, odd number of times, odd number of times, then we will left out. Then we will left the one occurrence, left one occurrence of that character, and take rest of them, and take rest of them, right? Right. And at last, if any character is left after taking all even characters, if any character is left, then we can take any one character, we can take any one occurrence of any a one occurrence of one character, right? Simple. So this is how we will solve this problem. So let's try to implement this. So this is and dot size, right? Now, for counting the number of occurrences, we use a hash map. For that, we will just count that characters. Why I'm using hash map? Because here it has given that lowercase and uppercase letter both will be present. So I prefer hash map to count, not taking in a vector. I will just prefer an hash map. for counting purpose. So that will be MP. Now I will just go through this characters of s, and I will just calculate all the frequencies of this characters, right? Now what could be the answer? Now I will check for each and every characters. Now I will check for each and every characters that how many times it occurs, its frequency, right? So what I will do, I will just check that if number of occurrences is, if number of occurrences is odd, right? This is this it dot second and one is odd. Why? See, if you see any odd number, suppose let's take 7, right? Let's take 7. So if you take and with odd numbers, it will, if it is an odd, it means it must be a lowest ms bit set at 0 position, right? If it is an odd number, it must be a lowest msb set, right? Lowest msb, not lowest set bit set, right, at this 1 0th position. So if we take and with this, it will left us with 1 always, right? This is for 7. Let's take an example of 3. So this, if you see this, this 1 1 is always set. If you take an odd number, the 0th position will be always set. That's why when we take and with 1, it will gives us 1 if it is set. For even case, this will be always 0. For even case, this will be always 0. See, for even case, let's take example of 4. This is 100, right? Let's take example again, 110. See, this lowest bit is not set, right? And when we take this with 1, it will give us 000, right? Which is not correct, because this is not an odd number. So for checking odd number, you can either write this, or you can either write this modulus 2 should be equals to 1, right? Or you can write like this simply, right? So if this is an odd number, this is an odd number. So what we need to take? We need to take, we left out one character, one occurrence of that character, and rest of the characters we will take. So I will just take it dot second minus 1. I will left out one character and store all the answers. Else I will just take all the occurrences. Okay. Now, at last, I told you that if we have left any of the characters, I will just add one after that, because we can take at most one single characters in our answer, right? So for that, which character we will choose? We for even if the character is present even number of times, I am taking all of that. But if it is present odd number of times, I am leaving one character, so I can take this one character at last, right? So for that, what I will do, I will just take a bool value, f is equals to 0, right? And I will just make this flag, and if this f is 1, it means I have any character which is present at odd times. So I will just increment my answer and return that. Simple, right? If it is if I have a character which left, which I will just increment and will return. Let's try to run this. We have passed the sample case. Let's submit it. Yeah, we have successfully passed all the cases. So what are the time and the space complexity of this approach? So time complexity would be the time complexity would be, so if you see, we are iterating in whole of a string, and then we are iterating whole of map. So in whole of a string, that would be o of n, plus for iterating in map, that will be consisting of lowercase and uppercase letters. So that would be 26 into 2 only. There are 26 letters in alphabets only. So that is negligible, right? You can take that 26 into 2 at most, but that is negligible. So the total answer will be o of n, where n is the length of, where n is the length of string, right? N is the length of string. And also the space complexity would be again the same, because we are taking unordered map, that can contain at most 26 into 2, that is 52 characters, right? 26 into 2, because uppercase and lowercase letters can have. So again, you can take it as o of 1. It's your choice, or you can live with that, right? So it ultimately can will be over 52, right? So yeah, that's the approach. Hope you liked it. Thanks. Likes. Just please share it. Share the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.